Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the number of this 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 month's first annual L. We have done this a few times, but this is the first time for this month. So welcome everyone. So before I start, uh, I just wanted to let you guys know that this community hangout session, is a chill session that we all usually have every 2 weeks. We talk about a lot of stuff every time we have our session. It's always a different topic. So this week, our topic will be on micro credentials, and our guest star for today is Chandru. So, Chandru, you wanna introduce yourself a bit?
Hi, hello everyone. Yes, my name is Chandru. I'm from one of the learning designer as well as trainer from Open Learning Learning Services team. And yeah, I'm also Atika colleague, okay, part of a team. And one of my daily to daily tasks is as a learning designer, we help clients develop online courses. We also conduct training, and I'm also currently taking cannot say taking care, but also involved deeply in open learning micro credential initiative. Some people know that as OpenCreds. Okay, and that's pretty much we're gonna talk about this in this session. Thank you, Atika, for the lovely introduction.
All right. So, as Chandru has mentioned, he is actually leading our OpenCreds initiative, which is part of the micro credentials that's happening this year. Chandru actually had a workshop for OpenCreds just last week, right, Chandru?
Yeah, last week in Echo Dev's event. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last week, so it's actually one of the 5 series workshop. We already done with the first one. The second one we're planning to do it on the 20 this month. Yeah.
So for those who are interested, I guess you can reach out to Chandru,
Mm,
or also join the workshop. They There's actually a series of workshop as well for micro credentials, and I guess Chandru will be talking more
yeah.
about these initiatives that we have on microcreds and
Yeah.
OpenCreds. Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess before we start all of that, I just wanted to reintroduce Chandru a bit. So Chandru is his name is actually Balasandar, Balasandar, but we call him by Chandru because it's more. What do you say, Chandru? More.
All my friends know me as Chandru. No one know me as Balasanda. That's pretty
Yeah.
much sort of become my name. Yeah. So Balasanda is actually official name only for official purposes. But my friends, and I think whoever joining today also gonna be my friends as well. So everyone can call me Chandru lah.
Yes. So feel free to call him Chandru or ask him Chandru. Ask Chandru any questions regarding micro credentials. So a little bit about Chandru is that he is one of the learning designers in open learning. So
Mhm.
Chandru actually have worked at open learning for 5 years. 5 years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, for
almost.
5 years at open learning, so he knows the ins and outs of the platform or anything. So you can actually ask Chandru a lot more than just micro credentials. So even though our session today is mainly on micro credentials, you can still ask us anything about the open learning platform. So also, besides that, Chandru has also besides being a, being a learning designer is actually uh, is our role is mainly creating courses. So Chandru and I have created numerous courses over the years working at Open Learning. But even other than just creating courses, we're also conducting training. So for Chandru, he's now mainly leading for micro credentials. So maybe you can let us know a bit about the initiatives that we have for micro credentials and OpenCreds.
Yeah. Okay. The word called micro credential is currently like a buzzword, like getting famous for last 2 years, since the pandemic start, right? And then people like all stuck from home and then looking for new way to upskill themselves. The work's still going on. The most of the people now, I think almost like 70%, 80% people started to work from home, but that doesn't mean that you stop learning, right? It doesn't mean that you should stop upskill yourself, because the world's still running, the process still running, the work, the people, the need to learning is still there. But the way we do it, we need to think over lah, because since we have this MCO, all this thing coming up, and then people start to look for different initiative, different way. And then one of the thing is micro credential, right? I think most of the people that here, okay, if you come from academic background, and you probably know already have your own definitions of micro credential. Like some people, most of the, I think the basic one is short. All right, let's say you have like a big course, like one academic degree program course, and then it's mostly more shorter than that. You can split to four mini courses or like that. So one of the thing is very short, then people can finish in 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, or something like that. The second criteria is also something, it should be like practical, right? Where people is more like based on competency. So when you finish that certain micro credential course, that means you are show some competency in certain skill, like with the evidence. So that's what we call a practical. You should be a practical. And some of the thing is also must recognize, right? What's make things different, one micro-credential different than others simple online course like MOOC or anything, is the recognition part. I will say it must be recognized by the body. Like let's say you're creating a micro-credential from for professional learning, then it should be recognized by certain body, accredited body like HIDF, or if for higher education, credit bearing, probably from that institution or something like that. So it should be recognized by the way lah. And it also must a little bit, I would say, is flexible lah. So allow learners to take the course in their own terms, study in their own term, in the same way they able to stack it and lead towards formal qualifications. Like I take this course, and suddenly this course, with this I can do some credit transfer. I can use this course for my, to take app, use it as my Apple qualification to do a master or something like that in the future, something like that. So it should, and it also must be stackable, where you can stack it, each course, and create some sort of like a lead towards a big program. So it has some definition like this, the micro credential. People have some people have a different definition than what if I mentioned just now. So but it can be some people had it like it provide badges, right? You provide some badge, which is, I mean, recognized lah. So um that's why recently MK released a guideline of good practice for micro credential, GGP, um, which is it's actually a guideline. Okay, for show the higher education people out there who want to create a micro credential, this is thing that you can look forward, right? And then we we also openly see this initiative, like people there are demand in the market. um, MQ also come up with your own guidelines, right? So we come up with our recently last year, we released our own framework, okay, called OpenCreds framework. Okay, um, some people ask what is different between OpenCreds and micro-credential. Why suddenly there's a new term? Basically it's two are same thing. OpenCreds here is our open learning brand of micro-credential. We our micro-credential we call it OpenCreds. All right. So some people organizations out there have their own name for micro-credential. Pretty much is back is a micro-credential. So we released our own brand of micro-credential framework called OpenCreds last year, and we conducted a very successful symposium along with the workshop, and then the we invited a lot of people there to talk about this, and it's really a very successful event. All right, and also amazing. To tell you about it, that's the first time also I learned so much about OpenCred. Same like so many people. Okay, before that, yeah, I go through the framework, but that's even I learned so much. Um, so we the reason, but I will say, even there are a lot of organization out there have their own micro-credential framework. I will say our open learning OpenCred is a little bit unique. I proud to say that is because um, if you with us in open learning for quite long time, you probably know our philosophy, right? So in open learning, we not only provide what a planning platform, we also sell an idea, like right how the online course should be and something like that. And that idea, that philosophy, are so deeply embedded inside our OpenCred framework, right? That also so when you create online micro credential. Okay, I mean, say online in the not necessarily online. You also can create a blended or something like that. So when you create a online micro credential open creds in open learning, you automatically bring this criteria like good quality online course criteria, great micro credential in your micro credential. So so you don't need to start from scratch. I would say everything is already set up for you. The framework. You don't need to come up with any framework criteria or anything like that. So we have developed something for you, which is totally aligned with the MK GGP, good guideline for the good practice. Uh, so I will help you to just focus on your contents development and leave the hard part to us. Yeah. Uh,
That
so
sounds very interesting, though.
yeah, yes, it is, Atika. That's why I'm so excited to talk about it. Because I talk a lot of this, it can be like dragging a little bit. Okay, so
We don't
the
mind.
yeah,
Talk
yeah,
away.
yeah, the OpenCraft framework is really something amazing. I would say that it's a something the big thing we come out. I have been in open learning for like what 5 years, right? In
Mhm.
my years here, I noticed lot of changes, lot of things we done, great things that we pull out. Okay, amazing courses that we launch for online learners, amazing things that we done, training program, and then not only we, other people also created great, amazing online courses in open learning platform, right? And this is a biggest thing, right? I will say is that we have pull up so far, right? Because initiative, and I just want everyone to grab this, right? Not necessarily higher education. It can be a training provider. Let's say you're independent training provider, want to create a micro credential, and you have a qualification, and you fulfill certain criteria like recognition and everything, then you can try it out. So And the best thing, who's the benefit, is our Malaysians learner, and also all around the world. Okay, people always talk about lifelong learning. I'm a lifelong learning. Atika, you also lifelong learner, right? So we all are lifelong learner. We always talk about that, right? And then we take a lot of courses out there. Some courses we take it because of our own intrinsic motivation, right? Even it's not recognized. So because we want to learn. What if we had the recognition part on it, right? So that that will say is, if this thing is exists like in 2012 or something, I probably complete a couple of micro-credentials myself. Like that's the time I was like enrolling, doing a lot of courses that, and so that that's why I say is, this is a very big thing for lifelong learner, people like still learning, you know, want to, let's say, don't have a formal qualification like a degree or diploma, but want to learn new skills, so it will help them a lot lah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one thing that makes me very interested in micro credentials is that this all of the courses that I will take will be part like a small part of a bigger credentials. Like
Mm.
I can just take any of the courses that I wanted. I just want a small part to know, but in the future, I could want to explore more about the course, about the program itself. I can just take from the micro credential that I already have and just combine it together.
Yeah, yeah. That's for the learner's perspective. That's how the thing is really helpful for learner. You take like like say 4 hours micro credential, 4 hour OpenCreds, and then you can take couple of 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours OpenCreds and stack it, that will lead to the towards 1 credit or 2 credits. Okay, and then go and approach the institution that accept these credit hours, and then from there you can like do it. But all this thing is only can be done if the institution put initiative on it, right? The institution that must come forward and take this opportunity. Oh, this is all, the framework is here, the platform is here, the team is here, so they must take the opportunity and then grab it. And okay, so we have a people that really want to help outside that lifelong learner, and they want to do it. All right, some of them stuck in the whole work from home and then something like that, but still want to learn and don't want to waste this time towards the formal qualification, right? Cannot go to the university nowadays, and later maybe after the pandemic or over, they want to go for degree or master. So why waste this time? Maybe they can collect some good qualification will lead to that. So in order to do that, it's institution that must come forward, adopt this, right? They so there are plenty of benefits for institution, I would say. If you're from institution part, if anyone from the, then the benefits is too much. One thing is, I can say, you can boost your branding, right? You can bring your brand come forward. Let's say you are big institution, probably, yeah, you already have a very good branding, yeah, and it can be some sort of your value added services, right, that you can give to your people, give to your lifelong people that already complete a master program. And then you want to, hey, I have this course, maybe you can take this and then try it out. Okay, which is OpenCreds. And so there are plenty of opportunities. So it's a branding, and one thing is of course the profit. In this pandemic time, you still have money coming, right? So when you so you still have a couple of, you can still make money, and you also helpful a lot lah. So you have some cash coming in, and and that you also can gain a new enrollment lah of students and something like that. So there are plenty of benefits for uh, institution as well as learner like Atika, where the learner can take courses and lead to the formal qualification. Yeah. Atika, you have a plan to do something like that? Maybe
I would
towards.
right now everything is looking very interesting. I'm just finding time and
Uh,
choosing which course to take first, you know. But
yeah, yeah,
overall, in the grand scheme of life, I would take like a few of courses, maybe take up on the side, just learn new things.
yeah. Ah,
Eh,
okay, yeah. Yeah, that's amazing because I'm also even I'm currently in open learning and things still I'm looking forward a couple of courses that especially I was looking forward for any Malaysian university creating courses related to education like micro-credential related to education. If you are any educator out there want to create a education related micro-credential, then are probably your first students. Okay, joining that. Okay, I really hope people come forward and take this initiative. And so you don't need to worry if you don't know where to start or something like that. So this is where my department come in, learning services. Okay, so one of the thing is from the learning services perspective from here in open learning, we have come up with a lot of initiative to help educators, course creators like yourself, no matter from higher education, no matter you're independent trainer or from the small training company uh, recognized by HRDF or professional development or from TWED industry. So no matter where you're from, let's say you are committed to do that, then we have lot of things come out with a lot of things to help you. One of the thing is a workshop program, the one that Atika mentioned in the opening. That I think we come out with the 5 series workshop. All right, and the workshop program is actually the first workshop series already been we already done it last Eco Dev session. I think is it 17 if I'm not mistaken. All right. Last month we done it in the EcoDev event, and so yeah, you can watch the recording here in the link, the one you share. Okay. But you also can still join the workshop course. I'm also created a workshop course for that, where people can join and complete the workshop at their own self pace. And then also we also have a live session for each of that sessions. So if let's say you want to still join that the workshop series, you can still do it, no problem here. We have a second session coming up soon. Okay, which we will release email invitation link soon. So that is one of the best thing that we have currently still ongoing done. And second is, of course, the framework itself. Okay, the framework itself is also one of the huge things that we have done from all the open learning team, which is for you, and a couple of other things like cost template, OpenCred cost template. It's actually pre-built design template where you can create costs from. You don't need to create your OpenCred from scratch. You can use this existing template, just replace with your own content. All right, where we populated with a couple of tips about how to create a good online activities, how to design your contents and something like that. So we also have that, right? And besides that, there are other initiative, okay, but that we have done lah. So if you want to know more about all this thing, I recommend you to uh, join the link. Okay, all right. Okay, so there will be one link will be shared. Yeah, so you can click the link and go to our site and uh, learn more about it lah. All right. Yeah.
All right. That sounds really interesting. Really interesting. For those who are interested, Chandru has mentioned that there are 5 workshop. These are free workshop. Uh, they are done. The first workshop was last week, and the
Mm.
upcoming one it will be on 17. You mentioned.
coming on 20. Okay, we plan on 20 next I think it's next week. All right. So 20 this month, sorry,
Next
week
two
after that,
weeks.
next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was so tired, I think. Okay, so they'll be coming in next 2 weeks. So we will soon release the invitation lah to everyone. So if you're interested to join the second session, feel free to. So I think most of the thing the session I will talk about how to create cost plan or cost structure for your OpenCred, okay, which is micro credential cost. Um, so from there, then the third session is basically about how to create how to migrate your contents and activity inside the open learning platform. Basically, creating your course in the platform lah. Right. Um, that's the third session, and the fourth session basically is about how to set up your credential certificate. Um, basic setting before your course go online, and then finally submit your OpenCreds to our evaluation, right? So one of the thing is the OpenCreds is, if you go through our OpenCred framework, our framework, if let's say your course creator want to create a course, our framework is highlighted very clear criteria, um, what the OpenCred should have to be called as a OpenCreds, right? I think most of the online course also have its own criteria, right, Tika? The one we have a good quality online course criteria, like couple of criteria, right? Uh, so same like that. If you want to create an OpenCred, micro-credential, if you want that OpenCred brand inside your online into your micro-credential, that OpenCred brand to recognize this as a OpenCred, then you must fulfill the criteria, right? With the if don't worry if it's not fulfilling criteria. That's why we are to help you. I think to give you feedback. Oh, you missed this. I think you should add this. You should add that. And then one way you can do that is after you create a course, you should send to us for review lah. And then we have a team here which will review based on the criteria, and then we will give you feedback if it's fulfilled. Your course will get an OpenCreds badge. Say this is an OpenCred course, and if it's not, then we will give you the feedback lah, where you can improve, right? Um, this criteria is actually very important, and that's why I always say to everyone, uh, before you start creating OpenCreds or micro-credential in open learning, okay? Most people say, I want to create a course plan. Yes, you need to plan first. Understand the OpenCred framework. Download the OpenCred framework, which is we share. Yeah, it's free. Are we charging that? No, right? So it's totally free. You can download as many as you want. So please download that, and then you also can share with your colleague, uh, with your HODs and everyone. Hey, I just found this framework. I just go through. Yeah, here's the link. Read and see what you think about it. Maybe we can do something about this. Share with your HODs. Okay, don't keep it yourself. It's like um, and then download it and then go through it. It will outline a couple of criteria what the thing OpenCred should have. One of the important thing is you say it must have a learning outcome, right? Course learning
So,
outcome.
Chandru, sorry. So would you say this will be the first step that they need to do if they're interested to change their course into a microcreds?
Well, if let's say if you want to create your existing course, let's say you already have existing course,
Mm-hmm.
like a MOOC, right? Then it's already like a line for, and you want to convert that to OpenCreds. Uh, First thing I would say is definitely download the OpenCred framework and read it. All right, and go through it. Take a pen and take uh,
Checklist. Tick
outline
the
outline
checklist.
outline. Yeah, feeling okay. This OpenCred should have a learning outcome. Check. This OpenCred have must have a learning hours. Do we have a learning hours here specified? No. Found out. This OpenCreds must have produce a learning evidence. Okay, that means when student do an activity, that activity is the proof that student already fulfilled the competency, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
must produce a learning evidence. Do you have an activity that produce a learning evidence? Yeah, check. So that's the thing that we every course creators here want to do when they go through the framework, and then they're looking at their own costs. Okay, you can do the same thing when you want to create OpenCred from scratch. Okay, let's say you want to create from scratch. You don't haven't produced anything yet. Let's say you want to do it, then you still do the same thing. Okay, you outline the criteria first. Okay, this is thing that I must have, then outline that and finalize it. I think we need to you need to outline all these criteria in the cost outline plan document, right, Atika?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say first step. You are right, Atika. Without that you cannot go forward.
Okay. Does this the document that you shared? Would you mentioned about how it needs to have uh like activity that shows the student submissions artifacts. How do I know that I have that activity? I mean, like, I'm not sure if my activity is that certain, or what if I think I have, but the open learning standard is not that.
Mm.
How do I know? Is there any examples given in the document?
Well, and the document really highlight one of the thing is you must have a learning evidence. But if you read it further, you will say your learning evidence is must have a social constructivism embedded inside that, must provide some sort of like that allows students to reflect, uh, allow students to discuss and share the thing. Okay, not only simply evidence say that a passive direct evidence, like you draw and then you share, but that's it. Okay, uh, but it's show more like like active learning or something. So he did for outline the further. But if you're not sure, hey, I have an activity, but I'm not sure it's fulfilled the learning artifact you mentioned, all these things, don't worry about it. You can still send to our review. And let us look at it, look about it. And then from there we will give you a feedback. Oh, you know what? You done very well. Maybe you can add this small part and then you're done. All right. So you also can do you can learn from that and then apply the same apply the idea in the next course, right? So you won't start. Don't worry.
Okay. The first step is download the document. Second step
Mm,
is send it to us to for review, and
mm,
then I guess you'll get a feedback, and then
mm.
you'll improve based on the feedback, right? So
Yeah.
I guess the second step is uh, I I think my question was that uh, yeah, it's okay to not have a completed course just yet early on, right? Because we will give the feedback and how we can they can improve their courses to be a microcredits course, right?
um you know, I will say it's advisable to don't send half baked course. Is because I will always recommend educators do what you know first, complete everything that you know, right? Make sure you upload all your activities, you done your upload your contents, and make sure all your contents are sufficient to your learning outcome. It's already there. Must have an activity that fulfilling the learning outcome also there, and do all the setting, and then do some beautification. You know, make things nicer, graphic design, everything. Then you send to our review for thing. Uh, this is if you want to create from scratch your micro-credential. Let's say you already have a MOOC or any online course or training program in open learning, which is currently running, and then you're not sure, hey, is it my course ready to be converted to OpenCreds or not? Then probably you can approach us and send the link. Hey, I have this course, and then Maybe you can take a look and something. But before you do that, even before you send to us, my recommendation is download the OpenCred framework and go through it, and then outline all the checklists and double check yourself. All right, double check yourself, because yeah, we will help you, but we also want you to take the initiative first, right? And then do it. Yeah.
Ah, so
Okay.
would they be sending their OpenCreds to the OpenCreds at openlearning.com email, or where exactly do they need to send their OpenCred course?
The OpenCreds review program process is basically inside the course itself. You go to the course setup wizard, okay, where
Mm-hmm.
you say send for course review. I think the first step. So when you click that, you will send us to review, right? And we will review it based on our OpenCreds criteria, the team, right? But if you you also can contact our team if you're not sure. You welcome to send us an email directly, right? To OpenCreds, openlearning.com, or to Nadia, right? One of our business development manager that also currently taking care of OpenCreds initiative. You also can send an email to her, say I have this thing and how I can do it. So it will also, if you're not sure, because we we always here to help you in the best way we can. If you committed to this thing, right? I really want to do this, then you can approach us the best way you can lah. Right, we will be here. I think we always will be here to help you the best lah. Right.
Ah, okay. Just an additional question from that. How would you know if the course is an open cred course and not just like a short course?
Yeah, actually that's the question. What make this normal between OpenCreds and short MOOC online course, right? MOOC or course or online course, any course. So, like I say, in the thing, OpenCreds have its own criteria, which is we already outline it in the OpenCreds framework, right? If you download and read it, it has specifically say couple of criteria. You must have a learning outcome. You must specify learning outcome. You must specify learning hours, how many hours student to take, guided hours, unguided hour both included, for them to complete this open credits. How many hours? So we have specified learning hours. Like we have a short one is 4 hours. Um, I think long one is under 60. Okay, the one under 60
Yeah.
hours. So we have to specify that. Okay, the reason why we specify the learning hours for easy to stack it between other open credits. Okay, so when you already have a fixed stack, easy to stack box, because everything have a same value, right? Okay, what if one box is bigger, box is smaller? Hard to stack, right? There will be online. Same thing as we already put it nicely here. So the 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 learning hours is the second most important thing. The third one is, I will say, the learning evidence. All right, you must specify learning evidence, and you also must have which type of open credits you plan to develop. Okay, in open credits we have a three important classification. We say three important classification. One is credit bearing. Okay, um, this is actually credit bearing is basically is like how to say it. If you, let's say you want to develop open credits called for higher education, then you probably want to choose this classification, credit bearing. uh, the second one is actually little bit the pathway one. Okay, uh, the pathway is actually i- open credits that are aligned to the normal formal qualification. Let's say for TWET, right? And let's say you have a TWET open credits and you want to create something for that, then you probably choose this classification called pathway. And then the third one is we call it industry recognized, right? Industry recognized OpenCreds is basically for, uh, let's say you want to create a professional OpenCreds, like what, like a communication, 4 hours communication for HIDF, right? And that is basically fall to this qualification. So no matter which classification, your OpenCreds must fall into any of these, lah, right? So that you must clearly specify that, and you also need to provide us proof of document. Say the final. I think one is if you create a credit bearing OpenCard, you also must have a credit hours mentioned. Okay, how
Mm-hmm.
many credit hours this OpenCards are fulfilling, and also you also need to provide us the proof that saying that this is recognized by the offering university. This program that provide the credit bearing is actually taken from this big program, and then this is a learning hours that it fulfill and some sort of document lah, so we can verify it. So you must have all these tools available, and because if you just without giving us the proof of document, you just say, hey, this is a credit bearing 2 hours credit bearing open credit, but there's no proof, no agreement. Then learner took it, and then when they realize it's not recognized, then you'll be in trouble and I also will be in trouble. So so that's why you need to provide. We want to really carefully doing lah, all right, because credit bearing people pay for this, and we want to provide something that really genuine, really authentic product, right? Yeah.
Okay. So what about on the platform itself? Is there a difference between all the courses that I mean, like, is it viewed differently? Is on the
Mm.
platform?
um well, courses like no matter which classification you create, of course, when you go through in the course landing page, right, there will be mentioned in the course landing page. Okay, so one of the thing that people before learner enroll in any open learning courses, um, uh, first thing they will click is the course landing page. Think this course landing page as a brochure or promotion page, right? I think most of the LMS out there have the course landing page. We call it course landing page. Some people call it different name. The idea is this is a first contact between student enrolled in the course, right? This is where they learn most of the information. So I think uh, most of the what is the difference between these three classification, learner only able to know it in the landing page before they enroll. Okay, so there will be OpenCred page say this is a part of OpenCreds. Is it industry recognized? It will be mentioned that this is industry recognized OpenCreds. This is a credit bearing recognized, and then there are also other information like completion of this OpenCred will bear how many credit hours, and then from which institution. Everything will be have to be mentioned in the landing page. That's why all this information I mentioned, this one, the criteria also must mention in the landing page, so student can decide, make an informed decision, say, hey, should I take this open credit, should I pay for it, not, right? Everything there. So if you want to see the example how it look like, and I strongly advise you to go to the openlearning.com main site, and then you will need to click OpenCreds, where we have our own OpenCreds marketplace, right? So currently, if you go there, and then there will be a lot of OpenCreds courses out there from Australia. We currently coming out with our own also Malaysia. Then we currently on the process. Then if you can see, click one of the courses and see the landing page. You can see the differences. Okay. Beside that, the only difference is inside the course is the content, activity, and that's it. Okay. Uh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess there's no different settings for OpenCreds. Just they'll show more information about the OpenCreds features, right? Uh, OpenCreds informations.
Yeah, yeah. The badges are different, of course. The thing, but the is the criteria little bit different between. I think the for credit bearing the criteria, I think you need to provide the credit credit hours and then the proof of document of saying that this course is actually taken from this program and all this thing, and carry forward this many of our credit hours and all this proof only for credit hours. For the pathway and everything also depend on the program itself they're developing. For professional industry recognized OpenCreds, you probably need to give us, you don't need to give us the credit hours, but you still need to provide us the evidence say that completion of this professional pathway OpenCreds will give you some sort of this recognition from uh, from this particular professional body, like body of engineers, right? Body of medical association. Completion of this thing allow you, give you a free membership for body of engineers or something like that. So you need to give something initiative like that lah, for industry recognized. All right. So industry recognized open is a little bit different than of course credit bearing and uh, thing. But all these three open credits must have a learning outcome, must have a learning evidence, must have a learning hours specified, and all these three things lah, and also the classification itself.
Mm. Okay, I think that's quite a few things that you can know just from the landing page itself.
Yeah, yeah. Landing page is very important. Also, sometimes it's so the what you say is it the people that that's the only place we can
Grab
break the
people's
ice.
attention.
Yeah, if we fail that, then
That's the most important page. That's the attention grabber. That's the
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
I still remember 2 days ago. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I went to KK. Actually, I'm not supposed to go out, but I, but I went to KK to buy a bread. But I wait outside the KK. So the one guy just come on and give me a brochure for one course, right? Offering. And then
Mm.
I was looking at the course and I see, hey, this guy mentioned all the important things that allow me to take this course or not. And most of the thing is missing is hours, the objective, all missing. It's like, oh, no, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna look forward after that. So imagine, put yourself in your student shoe lah. So what your student must know before they click enroll in your course. And you're creating a micro credential. Yeah, let's say credit bearing micro credential. You must specify the learning outcome, the title, and then the objective. If you want to charge money, then that, and learning hours, and maybe then if you completion how many credit pairing things it bring and from which program it be taken out. All right, completion this one will lead to this pathway. You also need to mention that, and all these important things. All right, so if fail to do that, no one will take it. Okay, and oh my, I talk about KK.
All right. So we have a question here by Rashidi. Hi. Nowadays, what kind of courses are required by employers or industries? Mostly online courses. So, do you have any idea what kind of courses that are usually required by employers or industries nowadays? Or maybe you have any suggestions that you want to uh, talk about?
Yeah. Yeah, that is actually a very good question, Mr. Rashidi. Thank you for the question. Actually, I want to address it a bit part after later also, but luckily you asked. So this is the most important question, right? People always ask, before I start creating course, I want to know the demand, right? I want to know because
Mm.
creating an online course is a very heavy work, Tika. I think we as a learning design, we know this very well, right? Okay, how workload is for us, the big things, and also for subject matter expert, also the industry that spending money. This is not a very small task actually creating an online course, but after you done it, it'll be easy lah. So so first thing is, if you want to know what kind of courses are required by employer industry is, okay, me, I personally, I'm not a subject that matter in this, what keep on searching, not what kind of demand out there, what kind of courses out there. But one thing I personally, people keep on asking me is that I got any online course that teaching people how to teach online and something like that in education. Currently, people are looking a lot of that, how to learn online for the students, and also how to teach online. People are creating, and also for professional setting, um, people asking how to work from home, and then something this kind of demand. But don't take my word from it. Okay, do your own research. All right, I'm strongly advise you to do your own research. How to do know the demand is, there are a few ways. If you join my first workshop, I think uh,
Last week,
last month, I think, is it last month?
last month, which is also last week.
Okay, all right, okay. Working from home almost like don't know the time running. Okay, it's almost like end of the year.
I
uh,
understand. Me too.
yeah.
Yes.
So I outlined five way where you can how you can check your demand for your course. Okay, there are five way, and also the all the step also is already in the course itself. If you join the course now, the your guide to OpenCred course, in the first session there are I'll outline five way for you to check the demand for your topics. Where a couple of way lah, like you can use a social media, you can use a keyword searching. You can use a keyword listening, social listening, couple of tricks. uh, so do that. If you know other way, do that. Ask people, go to social media, ask them to, or do a survey, I think. Okay, plus out a survey, say, hey, I want to create this, what do you guys think? And then, so do your own keyword searching and survey, and then found out what causes demand, and then only you start designing, if you really want to do it. Okay, that I would recommend lah to do it. Checking demand is actually a very important criteria. Thank you to bring this, Mr. Rashidi. It's a really nice question. All right.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the question. I guess to reiterate what Chandu has mentioned is that um, create. You don't just go in creating courses. You research about it if there's demand about on the courses. But
Mm,
I guess nowadays most a lot of employers or industries wanted something that requires professional development, right? So
mm,
try to research on those
mm,
topics.
yeah,
Um, I think NIOSH have quite a few courses on professional development, right?
yeah. We Nayosh also developed a couple of online courses. Last time, for profession development. Then beside them also, quite a lot of people are done that. You see, the community is already here. The community, the initiative already here. The community already here. The talents already here, right? Just need to tweak little bit and bring them on board to OpenCreds. So and then that's it. Then after that, we gonna have like a huge professional of micro-credential and open learning, right? Uh, so for educator also, I think for educator also, this is one good way to upgrade their skill, I think, right? When you create your own micro-credentials, and then you will boost your profile, all right? And then you have some strong presence, right? You have done it as something remarkable thing, and then you produce it, and then let's say you automatically you have a very huge demand in the career market as well, right? Because a lot of people out there also looking for talent cost designer that have this kind of specific idea. Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Hi. Oh, Mr. Rashidi from Nayosh. Yeah, you know me very well. Okay.
Yes, but yeah. I guess a lot of people, when turning into microcreds, they wanted to know what are the demands of microcreds. So, uh, because microcreds use is a bit has the ability to transfer credits and everything, it's really good to have courses that are for professional development.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So this is where it's the fun part where we can only we can take the ones that we are interested in and just take those. We don't have to take the whole thing. So I guess that's the fun part. But also for from employers and industry's point of view, they could ask their employees to take only a certain skills that are provided on training providers, institutions, and not just take not finish up to 3 4 years to just gain that skill itself. We can actually finish in what three some of it are, what's the most minimum hour for
4 hours, 4 hours.
4 hours, four
Yeah,
hours you
yeah,
can you
yeah.
can
I think the
complete a
4 hours
course.
because of, yeah. I think the 4 hours because of the HRDF currently limited to, if you want to gain some professional course according to HRDF, is 4 hours minimum. Okay, otherwise lesser than 4 hours not really recognized from HRDF point of view. Them. So that's why we have a minimum start with 4 hours. Okay, I think that is very short, but it's actually a very good short online course. Yeah,
Yeah, but I guess from a learner point of view, it's like, wow, I can get a skill from just 4 hours. I can get it done in one day.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. You can, yeah, the one of the thing is short, but you also cannot forget the practical part of it. OpenCreds, the thing among the thing. Completing is one part. Showing the competency we are letting evidence is another part. Uh, that's that is where the cost designer come in. How well they're creating a learning activity, how engaging they're creating a learning activity is very important. And only when you do that, the learning artifact also will be quality one, right? The good quality learning artifact will have more, uh, how to say it, boost lah, demand, and compared to the just a normal showcase lah, right? Yeah.
Ah, okay. I just wanted to highlight that the top three areas that the learners want to upskill in next, which was taken from a poll from the learners webinar uh, last week, was that the top three was that soft skills, business, and design. So these are the most top skills that learners are looking for: soft skills,
Wow,
business,
that's
and
interesting.
designs.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Amazing. So this is from the learners events last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
for soft skills, they're looking more for teamwork, negotiation, and etiquette. For
Mm,
business, they're looking at entrepreneurships and partnerships. And in design, it's more on UI, UX, graphics and graphics.
mm. Okay.
Yeah.
That mean there are demand for this one. Okay, if any subject matter expert here live today, part of this, then don't wait. Okay,
Eh,
so download the framework now. I mean, after this, and and get started. That's the only thing I will say. So you don't need to start from scratch. We here, the team is here, that have willing to help you in this journey, lah. So that's the best part. You don't need to start from scratch, right? You don't need to think about the framework, strategy, and all these things. So we have a framework here. It's totally aligned with the MK good guideline, guideline of good practices. Uh, so utilize that and get this thing done.
Yeah, I agree with
No,
you.
no.
So looks like there's it seems like there's a lot of work, but actually, with if you're using the framework that we have, if you're using the checklist, the document that Chandru has mentioned, it has the checklist, and we have the framework. It actually helps you to um, create your course easier. And also we have the template as well, where you
Mhm.
can even transfer your course or play around with that course in order for you to put in your
Yeah,
microcred as well.
Yeah, yeah. So they that one more like for helping you to design your own course lah. You to you can do your own design afterwards using that. Okay.
Yeah. Looks like our team is really pushing to help you build more open crack course. You have
Yeah.
all the checklists, you have the framework, you have the templates, and now you have the workshops that Chandru is doing. Uh,
Mm,
you have all the help that you need. We're giving you all the help you need.
yeah. Yeah. So that's why I say you have a platform here. Then you have then beside the platform you also have a framework. Just have extra resources like workshop. We will provide extra contents, a guide, and also review as well for you to after you done you um uh, and so all this thing is there. So only thing is you if are you willing to take the first step, which is download the OpenCred framework and then read it, and then if you stuck, don't worry, I'm here. And then you also can email to Nadia, our business development manager, if you want to know about the business strategy. Beside, is there any other initiative beside the one that we currently have from other department like marketing, finance, anything that we they provide? You can ask, you can email us if you want to know about that. Uh, so we willing to the team will definitely will come, come back to you lah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So to just update from what Chandru has said. If you have any other questions about OpenCreds, you can email Nadia at openlearning.com. She's
Mm,
our business development manager, but she's also taking care. She's also uh, looking over the OpenCreds program as
yeah.
well. Yeah. So if you have any other questions that are relating to the course or anything, you can. I guess you can also email our team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Email our team.
Learning services, I think.
Yes. You can email our team at mylearningservices@openlearning.com.
Mm,
So if it's related to technical, you can email our customer success team at support@openlearning.com. But if you just want to join, hang out with other course creators, you can join our uh, course creator community group, which is a creator community group, which is on Facebook.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
any other words, any other things that you want to highlight, Chandru, before we end our session? This has actually been a good and informative session for me as well. I get to know a lot of things because I wasn't so involved in this initiative as much.
uh, yeah, you are actually involved.
I am,
you
but not as much as you.
okay. So not there are okay. There's nothing much. Okay, the opportunity is there, and we are really currently in a very hard moment. We currently going through very hard, uh, also very challenging pandemic time, and everyone are facing their own challenges. We currently coming up with a solution on that. One of the thing is the learning itself, upskill. Okay, even after the pandemic, the complete, let's say when people want to go back to the thing, are we ready for this new work thing? There are going to be new things, changes. So we need to take every second of this now to upgrade yourself a learner. All right, but this is for learner, right? This I'm giving this advice for learner if you're from learner. But the course designer as well as a learner, you also a learner in one way. So take this opportunity to upgrade yourself and to by designing your own upgrade course, and as well, and the same time the same course also can become a opportunity to other learners to learn and have skills. So don't hold back. There's nothing to hold back from you here. So if you want to know about let's say you want to know about want to get some better deals or anything like for your institutions, like then please contact our team, and then they will definitely will come back to you and have some one-to-one session with you and see how we can help you. Okay. So that that's the thing I would say lah. Don't there's nothing to hold you back now.
Uh, yes. As ma- yes. Like Chandru has mentioned, there's nothing holding you back. We're if you need any help, we're here for you. You can just let us know by emailing us, contact us, or anything.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for everyone that joined us today. Thank you for
uh,
joining us. Maybe I'll see you guys in the next session. Just let us know what you want to see, um, uh, what you want us to talk about in the next session. You can use the feedback form that we have over here. Just go to the link and just fill in the feedback form. So and then we'll look at your responses and see what we'll talk about in the
Ye-
upcoming Tanya Oil session.
yes,
All right.
amazing. I'll say I can't wait.
Okay. Again, also thank you to Chandru for joining me today. Also Nikki, which is helping us with all the links and backstage preparation. So Nikki is always here, guys. She's always in the session. She's just backstage. Would you want to come on stage as well, Nikki? On screen?
Hi, my pleasure. Happy to help.
Yeah. So so for those who have joined us today, we hope you joined us for the next session. And thank you again for joining us.
Okay. Bye everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.